I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome to the Football Historian Podcast.
Welcome to the Football Historian Podcast.
By all means, enjoy it.
He will go right to the very top.
Dos, tres, cuatro times.
Here we go, Germans.
I will turn these results round.
All right, that's good manners.
There's animosity, but there's no fight.
You can't beat them, join them.
You make me feel sick if I look at you.
No, I want to fight here.
Don't drink, don't sleep with women, don't drive fast cars.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit too!
Welcome to the Football Historian Podcast. The first time we've ever done this. I'm not sure if you've ever done an interview in the car before, but...
Be careful the police. Good stuff.
Welcome back to the Football Historian Podcast. Gregory Vignal, is that correct? Vignal?
Yes, as you want. Correct.
So, obviously, I'm going to start with how we left you last year, which was right before the Legends game. Yes. Not only did you play, you scored as well, which I'm sure you remember well. But what are your memories of last year?
Well, last year was, I think, a special one because, of course, of Sven. And it was, I think, an amazing day, of course, for the LFC Foundation, but for him, for the fan, for the squad, and for the family. So we really enjoyed this weekend. And today it's another one. So it's always important, I think, to represent really well this football club. Yeah,
of course. And as you said, it was so much about Sven last time.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to be at the ground. I'm sure it was even better for you being in the dressing room and everything. But like the reception he got was unbelievable. Him and John Barnes walked out at the start and went towards the cop, and it wasn't full then, but everyone stood up and roared. And he comes out before the start of it. And you say it's always a special day, the Legends games, raising money for charity. That one felt extra special. And your celebration, you scored and ran straight over to him. So yes, it couldn't have gone much better for you. But what was it like in the dressing room and away from the cameras with him?
I think it was special just before the game, the team talk. It was a funny one, but to see him, facing us, of course, speaking like the way he spoke, about the game, about his passion for this football club and his dream.
Yeah,
just simple, his dream to manage Liverpool Football Club. So I think it was really emotional on this time, and I think everybody responded really well. Of course. When you saw him walking, Anfield, on the field before the game, even when I scored, when I went to see him because I think it was a massive gift for him.
Yeah.
And it was my first goal also. So
that's right, yeah.
So, but no, I think it was a special moment. Really, really special moment.
Yeah. And then obviously, not just Sven, as you touched on there, your goal. I saw you in the mix zone afterwards as well. I think someone said to you that's the first goal you've scored for Liverpool, and your face lit up like that's the first time. Obviously, cop end as well. So what was it like taking away?
It was special because I hit the post, the crossbar when I used to play for Liverpool. Give assists. But I scored one, but it was during the pre-season.
Just counts.
Away from home. So, but no, I think it was a special moment, and in front of the Cop, and it's always nice to score for this football club.
cookie?
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
Yeah, and then what you're doing now, is it RFS? Is that what the club is? Head of first team development, is that right? In Latvia. So that's quite a change from what you've been up to. So how come you're there and what's that job about?
But look, after, as you are aware, I was managing Versailles Football Club in Paris last year. First team football as a manager. And fortunately, I've been sacked in April, like all the manager. And I think it was like a 10 months, gap. And had this opportunity to go to Riga, a club who play Europa League this year. Really well organized, good structure, and I felt it was the right time for me to come back on the pitch. As the first team development coach, they are looking for a new program. They are looking, also to bring like fresh ideas, and had a really good chat with the manager, the technical director, the CEO. So I said, just let's go crack on.
Yeah, and so you haven't been there too long yet, but is it coaching? Because it's like head of first team development. So you on the grass every day, or what's
I am on the grass every day. With I'm part of the first team staff, and I roughly like an assistant coach, doing this job on top. It's during the session. Also, and sometime after, but it's a big program because you have to be focused, and the way I'm working, with an action plan for each single player, it's really important. So no, I'm really looking forward, happy to be back on the grass and working at the first team level, of course.
Yeah, great. And then again, just touched on last year, I think Jürgen Klopp came into the dressing room. Well, it was in a team hotel, was it?
Yeah, the hotel. Yeah.
Obviously, you've met him.
Yes.
Are you expecting to see any of the other first team squads to be there tomorrow? I think Arne Slot goes home now because his family still live in Holland, so you probably won't be seeing him. But what was it like to meet Klopp, and are you looking forward to seeing anyone else tomorrow?
It was great because he was really nice with us. He had a chat with us, talking about this, what he's feeling for this football club.
Yeah.
And why it was so important to represent this football club. So we had a good laugh also, and. No, it was. After we will see, it's an international break, so most of the time, it's good also to go away, and spend time with family. But who knows? We will see.
Well, that's it. Obviously, you're back in the training ground tonight. There's a press conference training ground, and you got the match tomorrow. What are you most looking forward to? Is it just being back in the dressing room? Is it walking out to Anfield? Who's the person you're most looking forward to seeing?
I think it's important for us to go back to AXA, and to have a small session to see the teammate and the staff. Tomorrow will be special because every time, we are walking toward the dressing room is always special feeling. All the memories are back. But it's important for us, this is why we are here this weekend. This is why we are playing this game. It's a long pre-season, 10 months for us to prepare this game. But to be honest with you, the pitch gets bigger and bigger year after year, but that's normal. But I think the most important time is to represent and to try to perform, and of course, if we can win, it's also better to win the game.
Well, that's it. Tomorrow, it's a big game against Chelsea, and I think we're at a time now where the squads are coming to, obviously, the time period when Chelsea were at a very good time and Liverpool maybe weren't in the best era in the history of the club. So it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. I think you've got Lampard, Terry, Drogba. Who are you most worried about having to mark tomorrow?
But look, I need to see. To be honest with you, I haven't seen the full squad. It looks like they are really young also.
Yeah.
So I think this is unfair because. But look, we will see. It's a home game, so
yeah, that's it.
After you have to be careful sometimes because we're still competitor, So we want to win, but the body is sometimes telling you, hang on a minute. You are not 20, 25 or 30 years old anymore, so you need to be really careful about this. But look, after we'll see. The most important thing to represent this football club, to enjoy the game, And
score again.
And after, why not? Yeah, of course, I'm signing straight away.
And it just let's touch on what Liverpool are doing today as well. Obviously, it's been a bad week for Liverpool, but an amazing season. What have you made of watching Liverpool from afar so far this season?
Well, I think you're talking about the game against Paris Saint-Germain or the game in general in the season?
Well, obviously with Newcastle and PSG, we're the best way to. Obviously, we would have wanted to go through and win a cup, but top of the league with points to spare.
I think, like you said, they are top of the league. So if you are a champion at the end of the year, I think it would be fantastic.
Yes.
That could be, I think, I don't know, but the most important target for the club, winning the Premier League. Also, when you are playing for Liverpool, you want to win everything in finals, everything competition.
Yeah.
But after final, if you are talking about the game against Newcastle, it's 50-50 because it's a final. So maybe are you tired a little bit because you play so many games? I don't know. But look, I think Newcastle deserve also the victory because. They give everything on the pitch, yeah. So it's after 70 years, maybe I think. I don't know. So it was a long time for them, and but after if you are talking the game against Paris Saint-Germain, I think to be honest with you, Paris Saint-Germain plays so well. First game at home at the Parc des Princes, they should have scored goal. They should have win this game. I think Liverpool play with a lot of experience, and they walk away with a victory. And the second game, I think Paris play well.
Yeah.
And they are a very young team, but Luis Enrique is doing an unbelievable job.
That Vitinha and centre middle, he was just couldn't get the ball off him. Vitinha, and the way they just passed the ball around, and
the way they pass the ball, the movement, the rotation, and they are really good, and technically also, when they got the ball, they keep the ball, and after they can run forward in terms of transition, they can play in verticality, and they can destroy team, with 2-3 passes. Liverpool way are the same, when they are on fire, when they regain the ball, when they play forward in between the line, but look, after two massive clubs, two massive teams, and unfortunately, Paris Saint-Germain won. But to be honest with you, if Liverpool are champion, for the manager, first year at the club, you are winning the title.
Not at all, yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So,
and do you still think Liverpool will go on to win it? There's some small worries that after a bad week, there could be some more bad results coming, but you're confident Liverpool?
I think Liverpool will be champions. The gap is too big. If you perform well the next 2, 3, 4 games, the league would be over.
Yeah.
So now it's all about to come back fresh for the international break, and to just crack out the last sprint, because it will be the last sprint before the end of the season.
And another one of your former clubs, Rangers.
Yes.
Not doing as well as Liverpool are. What have you made of them this season?
Well, I think it's unfortunately it's not a good season for Rangers. I spoke with Barry, last week by text message. I'm happy for him because winning at Parkhead, it was important for the club. Bring you nothing in terms of trophy because you will be second.
Yeah.
So second in nothing in this league, and you must be champion. So look, I think it will be a big transition. 49 owners are of course looking to buy the club.
Yeah.
So we'll see what will happen in the next few weeks. But I think it will be a new club next year. They have to restructure a lot of things, and Patrick is working, hard behind the scene. Neil Coppens also. So we will see. And but there is 2 months to go, and they have to perform well. But of course, a club like Rangers, size of this football club, you must win trophies.
Yeah.
Because of the fan base, and the expectation from the fans. So.
And you've been there a few times this season as well. I think I've seen you. You've been keeping in touch with them, don't you? So maybe back on Barry Ferguson's coaching staff soon. Keep texting them.
Look, Barry, he knows he's got a short-term contract period.
Yeah.
He needs to perform. So who knows after? Look, now I am in Riga, focus on my job. So
happy there, yeah. Okay, well, I want to do a few more quick-fire questions. Obviously, you don't have to answer them so quickly. But I'll go first off. Who's the best player you ever played with?
Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, easy.
Not an easy one because there is so many good players, but because
well, maybe mention a couple of others because I think everyone will guess Gerrard. Maybe you shouldn't do after Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard, Nicolas Anelka, Michael Owen, Mustafa Hadji.
Oh yeah.
And I can carry on.
Yeah.
But after you talking most of the time about midfielder, forwards, strikers.
Yeah.
But I can speak about defenders or goalkeepers also. So, but yeah. If you're talking about this type of players.
So and then who's the best player you played against?
Zinedine Zidane.
Oh,
by far.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's French also.
I think he's quite good as well, to be fair.
Yeah. He was
what a player.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, he pretty special. The best manager you worked under?
Gerard Houllier. Don't ask me why, because there is so many things to say about Gerard, and I'm sure you already know the answer.
What a man, yeah. She said, for the other things that Liverpool managers have done at the club, obviously he never won either of the two big trophies, but the way he's still held in such high regard is just a testament, I think, to what a man he was. And I think obviously when you listen to Gerrard, listen to Carragher, they always say he's like a father figure to them. So is that what he was saying to you?
He changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's why Rafa won the Champions League also, because the squad was prepared to win a big major competition like the Champions League. So, and the ex-Melwood, the new Melwood, new facilities, it transformed this football club. And he told me one day, he said, you want to be a manager? I said, yes. So he said, you will never be on holidays anymore. Because even during holidays, you would be on the phone call. So it was funny. But no, Gerrard, I mean, everybody was really close with him. Yeah. Even during my pro license, my badges, until the last moment. So
yeah. But if there's one manager that you wish you could have played under, who would it be?
Ancelotti.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I always think it's interesting with him as well, is that you look at, everyone goes on about Klopp and Guardiola being the best managers of this era, and obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, I'll very much fight Klopp's corner. But I think with Ancelotti, is he almost doesn't have a style of play, he just wins. Which I know maybe dumbs it down a bit, because he obviously does have a style of play, but he just seems to get the best players, put them on the pitch and make them win a game of football, which I think is surely as impressive as Guardiola's style, where you pass. Every move is so structured, but for him, he just seems to find a way to win all the time.
I think it's a different type of manager, different culture, different generation.
Yeah.
Also, so I think it's difficult to compare because I think it's unique. Ancelotti's style is unique, and when I spoke with different players about him, and it looks really interesting. So so that's why I like this manager. He's a pure winner. He won everything. Everywhere he goes, he was winning something.
Yeah.
So, and it's not easy when you have to manage so many ego in the dressing room, because the dressing room, and I think it's important to understand that even when you are a young player, for the young boys, the dressing room is just a pure jungle.
Yeah.
There is no place for weakness. There is no place for, for people who are blaming, for this thing, this kind of thing, blah, 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 blah. Because when you are playing for big clubs, there is only winners, big players, big mentality, strong character. So
yeah,
and it's difficult to manage.
To do it so long as well, is that the thing? He's still at the top now, isn't he? Real Madrid could easily win the league and the Champions League this season, and he's still very much at the top. Right, what's the best opposition stadium that you've played at? The best away fans, best atmosphere, or stuff like that?
Parkhead. Our firm game. I think it's. Don't get me wrong, Trafford, Highbury, or maybe abroad. But I think the whole film game away from our Parkhead is special. And maybe because of the rivalry, the religion, the culture, everything around Scottish football. Wow, it's just and sometimes I think it's difficult to get the right word to explain, what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Because the first time I've been to Parkhead, it was amazing. I say, wow. So imagine when they are doing Champions League game, playing Champions League game, everybody says it's a proper stadium. So I think I would say Parkhead.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Obviously, playing a lot of your career at left back as well. Who was the hardest winger you came up against? You said Zidane before as midfielder.
I would say Luis Figo.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. You played against Ronaldinho as well, is that right?
Yes,
yeah.
But
why does Figo give you the edge?
Figo because I just love the man. I just love the players in general in terms of talent. I think he was so brave to leave, Barcelona to go to Real Madrid. But his style of play, his technique, it was so elegant, and I remember him, and watching him on TV first and foremost, and after when I played the first time against him, it was like a dream for me.
Yeah, was he
came
quick?
So quick for me.
Was he quick?
He was
running
quick,
at you, yeah. He doesn't really have that he's got like a big physique. When he
could go left, right, inside, outside, left foot, right foot, step over, and get inside, and he was an amazing player.
Yeah. So what do you do after the game with that? You go and shake his hand and say,
and I just ask him his jersey. So give me jersey.
Have you got it? Yeah.
That's
good.
So,
I think he deserved it then. If he takes you inside, I think he deserved his shirt.
Yeah, but it's like when I'm speaking with my family or friends or people, I said, you need to understand, I left France, I was 19 years old. Yeah. We are talking about 20, 23, 24 years ago, arriving in the UK for a massive club. Leaving my town, a small club like Montpellier, academy, pure, like a typical, club, try to perform to get the young boys toward the first team and after making money,
Yeah.
But imagine the dream when you are leaving this club like Montpellier, signing for Liverpool and suddenly playing the Europa League, Champions League, going, pre-season, playing club like Milan, like Galatasaray. I mean, I was living a dream. So it was something, unbelievable for me.
Yeah. Well, that I can understand, again, playing against people like Ronaldinho, Figo, Zidane. They're
not only
world
this
legends,
type of player like Redondo, Raúl, Morientes. It was. Yeah, I even play against Pep Guardiola.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Because he played for Barcelona
yeah, of course,
this time. So it's crazy, but.
Well, I haven't played in Spain and England then, because I think obviously the Premier League's known as the toughest league, but Spain probably has the best players. I think it's maybe how it's perceived. What do you think the biggest differences are playing La Liga and Premier League? Have played at both?
Liga is more tiki-taka. More players, like to play in a tiny area, and the short passes, the physically is different, but it's a lovely football, and England, of course, it's powerful, power, speed, but.
I should mention that. I say we're driving past it right now. We're going past Melwood.
Yeah,
what are your memories of there?
Oh, a lot of memories.
Can't see much from this angle. Obviously, the ladies'
we used to arrive, I think
it's that corner of the old gate. Around.
Great memories.
Yeah, well, I've seen the women's team are there now, aren't they, as well? So it's good that obviously they sold it, but now it's still with the club again, which is good. But
so
you'd like to go back? Would you like to go back there one day?
To Melwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love.
Yeah.
But it's special memories,
Of course.
First time when I came. To be honest with you, I came, when? The first time I had the international game, again, I think with the 18s.
Okay.
We played England, and I played against German Defoe with this game. He used to play on the right-hand side.
Right.
And we beat England 2-0. I can't remember. I think Jibril Cissé scored. I think I give an assist to Jibril, ball in behind, he run and he scored. I'm not sure, but I think it's 99%. And we've been invited by Gerardo here to watch the session on the morning and to have a look, the training ground.
Yeah.
And this is the first time when I came, and during the summer after I signed. It was funny. I think it was under 18, under 19, or before the Euro. I can't remember. But we played England, and after we have been invited by the boss.
So was he speaking to you all then? Do you reckon he was trying to see who he might be able to sign? That was part of the reason?
No, he said nothing on this day. But I remember the massive tackle from Eriksson against Vladimir Smyser, and Vladimir Smyser was out for a few months.
Was it, yeah?
And when I left, I said, wow. I said to the guy, did you see the intensity? These guys are mad. They kill each other.
It's just a day he traded, yeah.
But it was, wow. For us, amazing day.
Yeah. Well, sure, yeah, exactly. Because he worked in, is it Clairefontaine? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's where they worked. So do we still have connections with the youth?
Of course. Yeah. Gerard, in terms of network, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So. So.
Well, we'll carry on with the questions. There's one. If there's one current player that you could have played with, it doesn't have to be Liverpool, just be in the Premier League or a famous player. Who would you have liked to have played with?
Drogba.
Okay.
Didier Drogba.
They're playing today. Who's playing? Like current player in the Premier League today. Who would you have liked to play with?
Today. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Today, Mo Salah.
Okay, yeah.
Mo Salah, because about his speed of the game, his quality, with first and second touch.
Yeah.
The way he take him on the defender. And I will so happy to.
Yeah. How important is it then as a left back having a relationship with like the left centre back and the left winger? Like, is it like a triangle, and do you all have to get on with each other? Or
tactically?
Yeah, or just what did you find?
First and foremost, it's tactically because for the transition to defend, how to position is so important to keep the right balance.
Yeah.
Communication, this is something I learned straight away when I came here with Phil Thompson. Phil Thompson was amazing with me. He was talking to me a lot. Even doing the video with me. About remember, for example, the game against Boavista in Champions League. Straight away on the next day, he asked me to come in his office to have a look. The game, a few clips, the positionment.
Yeah.
The distance between me and the Sami Hyypiä. The left midfielder, the way when we have to go up, and to drop, it was amazing for me because I was learning so much. This is an example, in general, but it's really important. After when you got the ball, something different because you're going forward. But we were really focused, about the transition and to keep the balance because the boss was so focused about to keep the right balance, behind the ball.
Yes.
So that's why, I think when you are learning so much as a player, and after it's good when you become a coach or manager, because playing or learning from this type of players or coaches, it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, and then is there a player from football history that you wish you could have played with? So who retired before you started that you would have liked to have played
Maradona.
With? Oh, okay, yeah. Pretty
Diego
self-explanatory. Yeah. From watching him, how would you describe it, his style of play, and why would you have liked to play with so much?
Pure magician.
Yep.
Bad boy. Learning the football in the street.
Yeah.
I think like we used to do. I think it's same our generation now. I think the football changed, but the way we learn the football, this is the way we learn the football.
Yeah.
So, and he was just a simple magician. And the way, he dribbled with the ball, the way he passed the ball, the way he see the game, and his character,
Yeah.
He was an emblematic player. So...
Yeah, he's certainly some man. I think you watch those videos of him warming up and all that, it just football looks so easy to him. And I'm sure you're very good, and a whole lot of players are very good, but for him, he makes it look unbelievable. Don't he? Just kick it off 40 feet in the air and just kills it dead. That's just so good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, right, so if we carry on then, if you weren't a left back, what position would you have liked to have played?
Number 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Creating stuff.
Yes.
I think everyone just wants to be the goal scorer and the hero, don't they? Yeah.
Number 10, like Maradona, Zidane, Totti, Del Piero. So many good players. I think we had good and better players all around the world. I think now it's more restricted.
Yeah.
And I've got the feeling the Premier League used to be better before because of the quality of the players.
Yeah.
Talking about Bergkamp, Henry, for example. You go to Manchester United, Beckham, Giggs, Roy Keane, even Tottenham with Sheringham. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you if you are speaking about one Premier League club, you can pick up one or two unbelievable players. So and now I think it's more physical aspect first and foremost.
Yeah.
If you are strong, powerful, you can run. You got a chance.
Yeah. So it's so tactical, I think, now as well. That's the thing. And it's like, I think they're all every pattern of play, everything. It seems like everyone's coached to the 9th degree, aren't they? Where you look at a player like a Maradona, who's a bit of a maverick. You just give the ball, do whatever you want to do with it. Like a Cole Palmer is probably the only player, that type of player, who can just go and do whatever he wants on the pitch.
You must give freedom to players.
Yeah.
You cannot stop, players. I can see, for example, Ancelotti to say to Rodrigo, Vinicius, the last 30 years. I want you to do this or that. No, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So this is an example. But after when you you got this type of players, in your team. You can teach them, okay, tactically what you want for the team, but after when they've got the ball,
yeah,
go and just win the game for us,
Right, well, we're pulling into the house now around the corner. Other than dropping one camera and me turning up half an hour late, this has gone okay, I think, so it should be all right. But so we're going to carry on the chat inside. We've got a few things for you. We're going to play a game of FIFA 2003. We're going to look at some of your old Liverpool shirts, look at some of the football history stuff. But this concludes the first part. I'm going to call it the football history tour of Liverpool, where we went past Melwood, got you up from the hotel. But thanks for joining us, and we're going to have a quick break so you can put your arm down and stop holding that GoPro.
Perfect. Cheers.
Thank you. Right.
Hello everyone, just a really quick message to remind you about our Patreon. From just £1 a month, you can support the podcast, and in return, you get an extra section at the end of each interview where I ask the questions that you send in from home. There's also a monthly quiz where we do stuff like Family Fortunes, Pointless, The Chase, loads of other stuff. Previous guests, new faces, it's always a good laugh, always worth a watch. That comes out every single month. And now, exclusively, there's a new benefit. You get entered into a prize draw for signed items like this. So this is from John Scales. It's a 94 to 96 kit for Liverpool, signed by John, and this is thanks to exclusive private signings who have given us a load of shirts that we're going to give away, one each month. So all you've got to do is get over to patreon.com/thefootballhistorianpodcast. You can win a signed shirt, extra section, a quiz every month. What more do you want? Back the podcast, back the lads. Let's get back to the episode.
Business taxes. We're stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on turbotax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live full service.
So we always have a debate on here. You've been on before, so I'll ask you a couple of quick other debate questions, and then we'll wrap up there for the interview.
The debate.
So, on the debate, Salah or Hazard?
Salah.
Yeah. Some people are saying Hazard's better, but nowhere near.
Say Salah.
Yeah. Haaland or Mbappe?
Mbappe, because he won the World Cup.
Technology or traditional refereeing?
Oh. Traditional referee.
Relegation or playoffs with teams from the league below?
Playoff with the team below.
I like it. Extra time or straight to penalties?
Good question. I would say extra time.
La Liga or the Premier League?
Premier League.
Ronaldinho or Zidane?
Oh, Zidane.
Rangers or Celtic?
Rangers.
Buffon, Casillas or Neuer?
Buffon.
The most underrated player of all time?
Maradona.
Okay. The most overrated player of all time?
Oh, I don't know. Pass.
That's fine. And then we've got a red card. So you give a red card to one thing in football and one thing in life. So it's say it was VAR in football, and in life you don't like traffic. If you give a red card.
Red card, I would say racist.
Yep.
Against racism.
Okay.
And on the field, I would say VAR.
I like it. Right, that's sorted. That's the end of our interview. So thank you so much for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. We're going to go back to the car and have a few more questions, but this will be at the end of the interview. So thank you and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Go and score again.
I will try, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
We're back in the car.
Yes.
So the magical history tour, that's what I meant to call it before. So
magical.
Because the Beatles was the magical mystery tour.
Okay.
So I think it makes sense. History podcast. So I'm going to ask you next is, what was the best dressing room you were ever in? So in terms of like the best banter, the best jokes, what was the best one to be in?
Well, the Liverpool one was good,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
So who was the biggest jokers in there? The loudest people who were they?
Cara.
Yeah.
Cara. But the Rangers one also, with Fernando Eriksson, Barry Ferguson, and it was a good one.
Yeah. Great. The toughest, we've done that one. Your proudest footballing moment? Proudest moment in football?
I would say when I signed my contract for Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Just
big moment, yeah.
And so that, obviously, you always get the pictures in front of the camera, when they're doing all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
But is that when it feels real, or is it when you're getting like the formalities done with agents?
I think when you sign, but when you check Rick Parry's hands and the boss hands, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's done.
That means the deal is done. So you're part of the family.
Okay. Your biggest influence in your career?
I would say my agent, Philippe Ferrier, and Arizan Billy, but the first one passed away 5 years ago.
Oh.
And I signed with them at the age of 15 years old.
Yeah.
So, and until they retire, I was working with them. So they helped me a lot. I think maybe because of the generation and the mentality was different, but usually before we kept the same agent for a while, Yeah. So Philippe was amazing.
But agents get quite a bad name in the modern game. Some people accuse them. They're just there to make money and they just want to get the biggest deal. But is that obviously you wouldn't have got that experience from yours?
I had very good people.
Yeah.
Really good people. They become modern friend because he came at my wedding. He came home and now I am in touch with Henry son is an agent, So it's it's the good people.
Okay, great. And what was your pre-match meal?
Pasta, chicken, or salmon.
So you used to have back in the day big steaks. Under Shankly, you'd make all the players have a steak before a match.
Oh, you can have a steak if you want.
But you still, but you sort of light.
Meat was like I like like pasta and the protein, So salmon or chicken.
And then, what does a footballer do on an average day? So, what's just the normal day of a footballer?
Now, I'm not too sure because.
Well, in your days,
in my day, I was wake up, of course, prepare myself, shower, everything, going to the training ground, have a breakfast at the training ground, pre-up, go in the gym a little bit, check with the physio, you prepare yourself, and you do your proper training session. After you go back in the gym. Upper body, of course. I was really professional, really organized, because I didn't have the talent, like Gerrard or Michael Owen, so I had to work really hard and I have to prepare myself, right from day one, from 8 o'clock in the morning, and so I have to do everything properly to make sure I was good. So and after recovery, massage, going home, and nappy and doing a little bit of stretching before the dinner, and after dinner with your girlfriend or wife, watching a little bit of TV and go to bed because you have to prepare your body for the next day. So I wasn't a guy, I wasn't attracted by the nightclubs or the smoking or drinking things, so I wasn't like this.
Because I think a lot of people think it almost sounds a bit boring to be a footballer. Like, it's the Saturday and the Wednesday if you play sounds like the best thing ever. But I think as a footballer, it's just get up, go to training, come back. You can't go out drinking, you can't go out partying.
It's part of, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, and but it's, I think because you're working with your body, you have to take care about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why Ronaldo, look, he's looking after himself since now 25 years, 30 years, and look, he's still playing football.
He's still all right.
He's a pure machine. So depends who you are, after it's up to you. But I think it's a massive chance when you can play football at the professional level. And sometimes it can be a short-term period.
Yeah,
So it's really important, I think, for me to take care about your body.
Okay, then as a player who didn't score too many goals, what's the best tackle that you've ever made? Is the one that's in your mind?
There is a few. But maybe the last one when I played with Birmingham City, Old Trafford, at Derek McLeish against Wayne Rooney, second half. I think there is picture. He's flying like a bird.
So we asked before the toughest winger you played against. Is there a winger that you liked playing against? And maybe if you don't want to be mean against one player, maybe a type of winger that you like to play against.
Type of winger, I would say a winger like. But depends of the style of the winger. It could be quick, sharp, maybe taller, smaller.
Yeah.
But I would say a type of player like Figo, like Luis Figo.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. And how hard is it to retire? So what's the day after you retire?
Difficult.
What's it like?
I think if you love the game, depends. I retired because of my injuries.
Yeah.
Because I'm my XCA, big injuries. At the age of 32, and I never decided when I wanted to stop. That's the difference when it's your choice,
yeah,
and when it's not your choice. And I stopped to play football because of the injuries, and that's part of your job. That's part of life.
Yeah,
you can't control this, unfortunately. So for me, it was really difficult because I knew it was the end. I tried to come back, but I had a second operation, and after you're losing your speed, you're losing your power, everything, your fitness level. And it's done, it's finished. So I just decided to stop. But for at least 2 years, it was really tough for me. And I've been lucky to have my wife, my kids around, my family.
Yeah.
That's why I jumped in straight away on coaching, side. And but it's really, really, really difficult.
Well, the other side,
because you're missing the adrenaline from the dressing. You're missing, everything around.
Yeah.
Because you are born, but you are like a machine, because from the age of 10, you are doing the same things toward a target. And after you try to keep this target to stay, in a game.
Yeah.
So
when it stops, it's just over.
And when it stops after, the phone is not ringing anymore. You know what I mean? Everything, it's brutal. Really, really brutal. Mentally also.
Of course, yeah. Well, the other side of that then is, what was it like to make your debut? So who was your debut for, and what were you feeling?
I would say I was speaking about my first starting 11 game with Liverpool against West Ham, against Harry Redknapp's side, against Defoe, Lampard, Sinclair. Big team at this time, West Ham. Why the first one? Because it's always special one. After a couple of bench, came on, during the game, blah, 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 blah. But this game, my family came over. My dad was here, my mom, my girlfriend, my wife. She's my wife, of course. And but the first one, because it was the first one as on a pitch with You Will Never Walk Alone.
Right. Yeah.
Dark night, lights on, a little bit of rain, and we had an unbelievable game, because we won 4-0, I think, or I can't remember, like 4-1 or 0. But the first one is always a special one.
Yeah, okay. And have you ever had to sing an initiation song? So when people join the club, sometimes they're stood on a chair and they have to sing, sing their favourite song. Have you ever had to do that?
Not especially, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Also, was there anything the players had to do in any of the clubs when they signed? Was there ever anything like stand up?
Now it's more popular.
Right.
Before, I think it wasn't too much the case.
No, it wasn't. No pressure. So you missed out there. Do you like singing? You karaoke, man?
I tried one time when I was 18 years old, and my girlfriend, she disappeared straight away. She said, so
Never
maybe
again.
No shame, I don't care. You go, you enjoy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But it was funny, really, really funny.
Yeah, maybe tonight then, after a few drinks, you'll be back singing.
Yeah, why not?
There's some karaoke bars in town, yeah.
It's less embarrassing.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Be yourself, and don't expect the other to help you.
Yeah, yourself, yeah.
Because like I told you, this world is a pure jungle. So I think it's really important to be yourself.
Yeah.
and as a human being, and you cannot expect help from the other.
From anyone else. Okay. Well, what would you say is your best attribute? It could be as a player, or as a person, or both.
I think I had a good left foot. I was a warrior, and that's why it cost me maybe too much injuries.
Too many tackles.
But tackle. I mean, we're talking about your mentality, and if I have to walk through the wall to win, I will go through the wall.
Yeah.
So I was capable to run, up and down all day long, and so look, I think that's one my strength.
Other than football, what's your favourite sport?
I like to go in the gym, but I like to watch basketball also.
Yeah. Have you got a team?
I love boxing because I had my family. I grew up around boxing.
Right. Okay.
People, so I love boxing. I'm doing boxing also now. So I love I'll say boxing.
Do you have a basketball team that you support?
But I think like a lot of young, boys from my generation, everybody was supporting Chicago Bulls because of Michael
Jordan,
and Scottie Pippen. So
probably be there. Yeah. If you were on death row and you had one meal left, what meal would you have?
Spaghetti al dente with lobster and a little bit of tomato sauce on top, and with a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Are you a good cook? Can you make that yourself?
Cooking a little bit, not too much. My son cooking really well. My daughters also. My wife, she's unbelievable.
So you don't need to.
But they prefer me to stay in the sofa and wait for the for the bell.
And you prefer that too, I'm guessing, yeah.
Sorry?
You probably prefer that as well, to sit there and wait for it, yeah.
So easier.
Yeah. Who was the funniest teammate you ever played with?
Carragher.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carragher.
Do you still speak to him?
Yeah. I saw him last time also, but...
See, he doesn't play the Legends games much, does he?
I don't know why.
I think he works a lot, doesn't he? Obviously, on the telly and everything.
Of course.
Yeah. But he gets around,
Fernando Eriksson also was a good one from Rangers. Really funny guy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, really funny guy. So...
What did he do? Any funny stories you've got?
Funny story, but...
Can't
joke,
Fair enough.
Crazy things.
Who's one player that you played with who you thought would become a manager, but they didn't?
Good question. Really good question. I will say Salif Diao.
Quite, yeah.
Yeah, because he's really calm. He loves the game. Good vision. Because maybe of his positionment, midfielder also. So, I would say Salif.
Yeah. What's he doing? Do you know what he's doing?
I think I was working in Africa, he's got like a Senegal Academy football.
Oh, right,
kind of things,
yeah.
So,
if you were to be stuck on a desert island with one player, who would you want to be stuck on it with?
Maradona.
Okay,
Diego.
Just to keep you up with him, yeah.
I'm playing with him,
Yeah. Did you ever used to listen to a song to get you in the mood for a game? Or would there be like a song in the dressing room before a match that you'd always play?
I didn't have a specific song. I was listening to music, in the dressing room from the lads. This is not something I was focused on, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Okay, that's all good. If you could build a band of former teammates, who would you put in the band and what would they all be doing?
So, I will say Jimmy Carragher, singer. I will say Fernando Eriksson at the guitar. Dado Pershaw.
Who's that?
If you remember him, he played for Monaco, Croatian strikers.
Right, okay.
Monaco, he played for Glasgow Rangers.
Okay.
I will put in...
the drums.
Yeah, the drums. And the last one could be... I would say Barry Ferguson. I think it also.
Sounds like a good band.
Yeah, it would be a funny one, I think.
Who have you got any memories of grassroots football? So like playing as you were like 9, 10, before you played for a club. What's like your favourite memories of that time?
No pressure, because I think you just think to play football at this age. You just go outside with your teammates, with your friends, and you just enjoy the day playing football, using jackets, to pretend they are the goals, and playing, in the street. You stop the ball when you see a car, and waiting for your mom, calling you for the dinner is ready. So I really enjoy this time. Freedom completely.
Who's your best friend in football who you still stay in touch with?
Best friend in football, there is no somebody, because sometimes this is not where you keep your best friend.
Yeah.
So most of the time they are best friend from where you come from.
At that time, yeah.
So it's difficult. I've got good friends in football, but the best friend, they are the one from.
Yeah, from when you were a kid. Yeah. Okay, the best character from a dressing room that you played with. So you said Carragher was the funniest. So we'll maybe go for someone a bit odd and funny, because I've heard someone tell a story. Peter Crouch it was, about Djibril Cissé. They said he had like an attachment to his phone, so it was like a proper old school phone and stuff like that.
Djibril came in my mind also,
yeah,
because of his style. The hairs, the dress, everything around him. But now I know Djibril since the age of 13. 14. Yeah. And he was always like this.
He's always like that, yeah.
Oh, always like that. Strange cars, the clothes and the haircuts, and everything. So, Jib, yeah.
He trusted to share a dressing room.
Now he's a DJ, so that show you, his character. But
he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
What's the best shirt you've ever swapped with someone else?
I would say Zinedine Zidane, Real Madrid, of course.
Okay. So what do you have? Lots of them? How many do you have?
Yeah, I've got a lot of them.
So what do? Have you framed them?
Yeah,
in the bag? Yeah. So like an office, yeah.
Yeah, frames.
And what is the best piece of football memorabilia that you have?
It's a difficult one, because there is so much. I mean, what can I say? I don't know. There is so much. Winning trophies, of course.
Yep.
First game Anfield. First often game. There is a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And have you got something from any of those matches? Like, have you got a medal that you like the most? A ball? Is the one thing that you like when you look back on your career that you always go to first, and like a physical thing that you?
I'm really glad about my first medal with France. The European Championship.
Right.
Because that was the most important. I mean, the first important one.
Yeah.
Winning for my country, European Championship, best left back with the tournament. I mean, it was a lot of things, So this one was really special.
That means the most, yeah. Okay, great. See, one club that you wish you would have played for?
Real Madrid. Yes.
Was there ever a move that nearly came through that didn't happen? That you
Napoli.
Would have happened? Okay, yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, really close. Before to go to Birmingham City.
Yeah. So how does a transfer happen for anyone who's not aware? So like in those situations, do you have to tell your agent you want to go?
Sometimes it depends of the club. For example, when I was in Liverpool, when Rafa came, it was 50-50 because the pre-season was really good and the Rafa likes me, but wanted to sign somebody else.
Yeah,
I understand that because it's part of your style of play and your vision.
Yeah.
So that's why I came to Rangers. But I had a chat with, for example, with Rafa about the move, and he had a chat with the club, with my agent, and I was in the contract with Liverpool, so an easy one, for example, is the situation, because everybody agree and it was part of the vision.
Yeah.
After, when you are a free agent, it's up to you because you are free, so you can maybe have different options. So you don't need to deal with your club; you are dealing with club and an agent.
Yeah.
And after, when you are doing so well and the bigger club come to ask you would you like to come and play for us? And that's different because they have to deal with the sporting director, with the CEO, with the club, about the transfer, the money.
Right.
Could be different bars, different agents, companies. So more the deal is bigger it is the situation.
There's more people involved,
So it's all about this case.
Okay, fair enough. And then obviously we played FIFA 2003 before.
Yeah.
Did you, when you were younger, was there ever a team that you played? Because I remember Mo Salah said when he was younger he played with Liverpool. That was part of the reason why he wanted to go. Was there a club that you liked to play with and then, or you admired for?
Before PlayStation, I don't know if you remember, we had the Nintendo.
Yeah.
One. Do you remember
N64.
One before. So
the SNES.
With the,
yeah.
Oh my God. So
I've got that at home as well.
So I started to play with this one. No?
Yeah.
And I remember I used to like a player called, do you remember Dunga?
Oh, yeah. The Brazilian,
Brazilian guy, because he was so powerful and I could score from far, from distance, So far distance. So, I remember him. So I used to play with him, Dunga, with Brazil. Crazy.
Yeah. Who's the quickest player you've ever played with?
Djibril Cissé.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Michael was quick also, but in different way.
Yeah. Well, like explosive, was it? Or...
So, but Djibril was really, really fast.
So he obviously had the 2 terrible leg breaks.
Yes.
He said, did that slow him down, do you reckon? Or because he seemed to still be, he was just more injury prone. But
he had
obviously
massive injuries.
2 of them, wasn't it? Yeah.
So.
But yeah,
that's part of nothing you can do.
You had it as well, yeah.
It's part of your job, part of the career.
Yeah. Okay, well, last of the quickfire questions, and then we're going to some other stuff after. But yeah, this is the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Sort of. If you had one player to step up to take a penalty to save your life, who would you want to take the penalty for you?
I don't know. From my ex.
Anyone could be anyone. Any player, any era.
Any player? Or any family member? Player?
Yeah, a player. I'd probably say a player. Yeah.
A player. I would say, because we are in Liverpool, I would say Stevie G.
Yeah, referee to score.
You need to score if you have to save my life.
Might put it wide, yeah.
Maybe on purpose. I don't know. I need to ask him tomorrow. Good question.
Okay, great. Well, that's the end of the Football Historian podcast. I really do appreciate again that all the stuff we've done here. I reckon this will be a podcast, and we've got the video of us playing FIFA. We've got the video of you looking at the shirts from your career, and a video of you looking in the car and comparing like football history as well with the old boots and the new boots. So thank you for everything you've done. I really do appreciate it, and good luck in the Legends game tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed the day, like usually. It's a pleasure for me, and we'll see you on Saturday on Anfield.
Yes, good luck.
Thanks.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.